Hello, how is everybody doing? It's Fallon, aka Amor'eThePoet, pound 24. I have been wanting to do a video for a while, but I'm like, what are you gonna talk about? And then, it's sad to say, I'm like going through, I have a lot of poems. I have a lot of poems, but when I'm going through the poems, a lot of them are about like a past relationship that I was trying to get through. And it's like, no, I can't even believe that was me that I was reading about. But I'm grateful because I grew up and I matured from that person. But I'm just like, I don't want to share this stuff. Like, I don't mind sharing it. I'm an open book. It's just like, I just think it's irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? And it's like some of them can be a little, you talking about somebody else and like it's not supposed to be and da 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 da. Da. But with saying that, people and things are placed in your life for reasons, and if I didn't go through that relationship, I wouldn't be, who I am today. A lot of the things that happened in my life, if I didn't go through them, I wouldn't be who I am today. So I'm, really grateful or whatever. So that's why, like, my first point today, was going to be talking about the poetry because I really, the only thing I have poems from a long time ago. I have a couple from, like now, presently, like about my son and stuff. So I just wasn't sure what poem I would talk about. So the poem is called My Second Pair of Eyes. So I wanted to relate that into, just the daily message or what I have to say to you about certain things. I also thought about like maybe I can just come on here. This is my page, so I just like feedback, and sometimes, I will take in consideration other people's opinions if I feel it's suitable for me. But I was, wondering maybe like I would just come on here and talk about, like whatever, just, life, what's going on, how are you, how am I, 'cause I know I haven't been on here in a few months, but I've been doing a lot. Okay? A lot. Like I launched my candle website, and that is a project. So if you ever want to do it, if I know you and you close, I can help you, I'm not gonna, we'll just charge, I'm not gonna charge you. I'll just help you because I know it's like time consuming and trying to figure that stuff out was, whoo, a coup. But I made it. I'm still figuring it out, but it is what it is. So, like back in the day, the poems is just so crazy because I just was like, dang, you grew up like so much. Like, I can't even believe, like, I still think out the box, in the box, around the box. Fallon's gonna be Fallon. But it's just, I put up with a lot of stuff that, today I'm like, you got me, you know. But it's just like, dang, how did you even like keep going on like that day by day? And it just takes time to grow up, but it is possible. And when you make the change, it is very like uplifting, and it's like you you get weight off your inner being and your spirit. You know what I'm saying? You just feel lighter as a person when you start to like mature spiritually, and it's like it feels wonderful. Like just launching my business and running into people since I have did that, like customers or just people in the population that we cross paths. It's just like, dang, I'm so excited because like I was nervous for a long time. I just was like, okay, how am I gonna get back out here? I'm isolated from talking to people. I'm scared of people. Like after COVID, like, you know, I lost Shakur right the first week of shutdown, so it was like, we were isolated, and I kind of stayed like that after, everything got uplifted or whatever happened. But I kind of just got comfortable being isolated, and while I was being isolated I started making candles, like, and it's so much fun. It's so therapeutic. Like, I love it. I can do it all day long. Like, if I didn't get tired I would just make candles and like fall asleep right there and then wake up and start doing it. I love making candles. It's fun. I also just started making wax melts. I love making them too. I love the molds. I love how it turns out. I love the colors. I just love everything about, like, making candles, like wax. And it's just crazy because, like, my second pointer I was going to talk about, like, was my past. I just had a lot. Today was peas. I just plan on talking about peas. So you'll see. First it was the poetry, and right now it's about the past. So I'm gonna incorporate this with the other P I have, which was person. So past and persons. But it's just crazy how, my grandmother, whom I was raised by, instilled a lot of the traits I have. I'm artistic, and I come with up with my own creativity, when I'm creating my art. But she is like candles. I don't know. There was this store in the mall called, I think it was called Wicks and Sticks, but I love that store. So anytime I would get like a little bit of money, enough to get one of those candles, they had like different types of molds, cat, dog, dolphins, like just different type of molds or whatever. And they were fascinating to my eyes, especially as a kid. I'm like, ooh, this is wax, and it's shaped like this. But I loved candles. And I would always, go get my grandmother a candle just so she never burned them. I don't even know what happened to the candles. Sometimes when I would go back, I would find them like in the closet or whatever. But she always kept them, even though she didn't burn them, because, they were like a sentimental gift from her firstborn grandchild. So, but, and then it's like, when I was writing my poetry back in the day, a lot I always was talking about sparking your flame, don't dim your light, or lighting your candle, like as I was reading some of my past poems. And I'm like, dang, this has been in you all along. But now it's just like I got to get out here, and be more open to, like, talking to people about my candle business and why I started, because I really get like teared up, because my transformed son, is the reason why I'm a business owner, why I even created this vision with candles, and came up with the trademark burn out the thoughts. And I'm like so grateful because he's not here and I miss him. But even, though he's not here physically, he still has a very strong, unique purpose. Like, through his spirit, I am gonna, capture souls, help people learn how to live, by burning out the thoughts that don't even matter, the thoughts that are preventing them from taking a step towards their goals, towards their dreams, or, taking the steps to let go of something, that has them attached to something that's not good for them. I don't want to say like that's not good for them, but, something that has them attached and is controlling who they really want to be. You know what I'm saying? And when you have those type of attachments, you feel heavy, your heart is heavy, your mind is heavy. You may be physically or physiologically sick, and that's it might be because you're going through something mentally or spiritually, and if you don't clean that stuff out, you're going to feel like that for a long time, and you're not going to understand, like, why it's always so dark, or why do I always feel fatigued, or why am I always like, I don't want to do anything, I don't have the energy. It's it's overwhelming to live like that, I'm telling you. If people run into me and they're like, Fallon, I don't know how you have so much energy, I don't know, you know what, because I don't have time to deal with bullshit. Not your bullshit, not my bullshit, not their bullshit, nobody's bullshit at all. If we have a problem, we can figure it out. You don't want to figure it out? Let's leave it alone. Because today it's too much for me. Some people like living with drama. I mean, I just sit back like, you still on the phone? Or you still entertaining that conversation? Or that matters, right? And they're like, how do you have so my I guess losing a kid or losing my child, it made me it the do not sweat the small things. Nothing is, nothing is too big, cuz a lot of times we get so overwhelmed and so caught up, and then at the end of the day we're like, oh, for that, like, what was the whole, so it just doesn't even matter. And that's like a level of maturity where you're like, you see that deep breath, you just take a deep breath and you say, okay, whatever, whatever. People cross your path for a reason. They either, help you, not help you like, you need money or anything. You get something from them. I don't know what it might be, but you get something from them, or you don't. You learn, either you learn or you let go. That's all there is to it, and that's how it has to be with a lot of things in life. And when you learn how to do that, which I'm still working on it, because you know these brains go a mile per minute. If you don't control it, put the brakes on it. Okay, so. But that's what I have been doing, like presently in my life, is making candles and trying to figure out. I'm gonna start doing like these pop-up shops, which I'm so super excited about too. Like I ran into somebody. This is what has been happening. Like I've been running into people, and like we're talking and conversing, and it's just like it's like a miracle. I'm like, okay, it's meant for me to talk to this person. It's meant for me to like get this information, and I'm just like so grateful. But it's like a lot right now. It's just like a lot, because I know the brain has a lot of space, but it's just like I'm like a sponge and I'm trying to soak everything up, and it's so much at one time, and I'm like, you got to just sit back and take a deep breath. And I'm just like, I want to get it done. I want to get it done. Please help me. Please help me. But you got to take things one moment at a time, one day at a time, in anything that you're doing, cuz I don't want to rush it and miss a certain step, or leave something out or forget anything. I want to create the best atmosphere for like us, like people who have those rough days, and you don't really, you know how to get through it, but sometimes you just need another person, or you might not know how to get through it, because I've I run into so many, I want to say like they're 17 years old, and they're labeled as a mental health patient or a psych patient, but all I really see is me, cuz I was out the house by 17, but sometimes it's not that easy for people. But I see me, and when I was in those situations and nobody listened. Nobody listened. They only listen to your parents. And sometimes, I'm sorry, parents are not always right. They're not. And sometimes parents have values and beliefs that are not right for the adult that is becoming. And it's just the way that it is. So, when I talk to these teenagers, and some of them, like they need their medication, don't get me wrong, but some of them are, they need confirmation that the way they think and the way they are and who they are becoming is no, you got this and you're on the right track. And, I love them teenagers and I love, the opportunity to even get to sit there because it's like, this how I would talk to my son. You know what I'm saying? Like if my baby was still here, I'd just be like, "Look, son, like So it's like even though I'm not able to speak to him because he's not physically here, I do speak to him spiritually. On those days. But at these times, it's like I'm speaking to him through them, if that makes sense. Some of y'all that went over your head, but you just catch up later. It's all good in the hood, kid. But anywho, anyhow. So, I just love like the opportunity to give back to the like mental health community, being a part of it, using my son's transformation as something positive. It's a struggle. People don't understand like how are you so strong and how are you I'm strong but I'm still weak. I still have my moments. I cry all the time. I'm at the gym like, I hope a tear don't fall while I'm running or whatever, but if it does, who gives a shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't matter. You don't know what's going on with me, and if you care, just ask, and I might tell you, and I might not, and it is what it is, and we keep it moving. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying? So, but with saying that, we gonna get on with the poem because I could talk to you guys forever, ever, ever. Because I like you guys or whatever, and I've been meeting a lot of great people. Even at Starbucks, I met like a great guy, and I never like. There's a community of us. Like if you have the semicolon, if you know, you know. But it's like, dang, when you see somebody who has it, you're like you can relate to me like they know you're part of the team, you understand, like I don't even have to explain anything, like the story is already written, like hey, how you doing, welcome, I love you, and namaste, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of cool. But I wrote this poem actually when I was in, I think like the last week of rehab. And it's crazy because I had like two therapists. Of course, I was only there for like 28 days, but I had the first therapist I had, I loved her. And like when you meet a good person, you want to like connect to them really, really quick or whatever because it's like, let me hold on to you the whole time I'm here because I don't know what I'm going to get next and I don't want to take chances or whatever. But of course, something happened in her family. Like, unfortunately, something happened in her family. But I'm saying, of course, for me, I had to switch therapists and I was like, dang, like this is in the middle of my treatment. Like, I'm opening up, I'm talking, I'm doing my homework, like I'm feeling better about my life, like, and then bam, and I guess it was like a lesson in disguise, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, everything is going all good, excuse me, but then, yeah, there's going to be an obstacle. There's going to be, a bump in the road, and it's okay, what do? You figure that shit out. Like, that's the only way to it is to figure it out and keep moving forward. Either you climb over the bump, around the bump, dig a hole so you can go under, whatever it is, you just figure it out because life's going to keep going on, okay? So I got this second therapist or whatever, which I called her my second pair of eyes because the first therapist, I loved both on a different level. So the first therapist, she just like gave me homework because I kept asking for homework. Like, my like folder or whatever was like yay thick because I just kept doing homework and they're like found this is ridiculous, like, and I'm like nah, I'm cool, like I like doing homework. I would stay in my room, I would do my homework, wake up, exercise, and it was all good. I didn't talk to anybody, I cooked my own food, I was straight. Then the second therapist came and she didn't give me homework, and I was getting so mad because you see the therapist like twice a week, but I guess like I wasn't gonna see her to the end of the week because I had already had my session with the other therapist or whatever. But I was like, excuse me, um, I need homework. I need homework. Like I can't just sit here and do anything. She was like, it's okay, don't worry, I'll meet with you on such and such day. And it was like 3 more days away, and that's a long time, like for me not to be doing homework, like learning and reading about stuff I can, like be grasping or embedded into my mind, so when I get back home I'll know what to do, the tools, the resources, not to use drugs or whatever I need to do. Like, what's up, ma'am? And it was like I was so angry, y'all. I was so freaking angry. It's like ridiculous. Like you can see, I was turning red every day. I was like, oh, like I'll see her go get the other residents or whatever for their meetings, and I'll be like, because you can't keep talking to them like that. You just gotta like follow suit. It is what it is. Go with the flow. So I said, okay. So finally, like when I did meet with her, she gave me like one paper. One paper. I was like, this isn't enough. She was like, it's okay. And it was like everything was this. So it's okay. Excuse me. So I was like, dang, this lady is really weird. I don't know what she's trying to like get me kicked out of the place because I'm going to turn it up. Like I'm not getting what I wanted, first of all. Um, it's hard for me to sit with myself, second of all. If I'm not doing something, there's a problem. The thoughts are racing. But I did not understand she was trying to teach me that I have to be able to be okay with failing. Like, because doing the homework and everything, that's cool because that's already a given for me. I'm going to, like, I want to learn. I love to learn. I like learning. So I'm going to keep on doing that. But there has to be moments where you take out of your day just to say, I'm not thinking about anything right now. I'm not doing anything right now. I'm not talking to anybody right now. I'm just going to relax and give myself a few minutes to debrief and just relax, meditate, whatever. Like just clear out whatever needs to be cleared out. Just whatever. Take a couple deep breaths, take a 20-minute power nap, whatever you need to do, but just do nothing. And when I learned this with her, I was like so grateful. Because even though now, like, I rarely do it, I know when it's time to take a break. Like, I want to go to the gym every single day of my life and I want to be there for hours. But I used to be there a lot longer, 4 and 5 hours, but now I do it like 2, 2.5, which is still a long time, but it's not as long as I used to, and I still feel good doing that amount of time, and that's all that matters. And then when I'm doing projects, like if I get tired, I just put it down, and then I'm like, okay, go get some rest. You can come back at it tomorrow. That's why I see all this crap in the back because I'm going to have to start my poster board. I'm super super excited because it's like for my brand and my logo and my trademark and stuff, and I love arts and crafts, so why not do it myself? That's the best way. But so the poem today is called My Second Pair of Eyes. Let me get a little sippy sippy. I have to admit, when I first saw you, I was intimidated, probably because the emotions in my mind were so complicated. Then I was faced with my fears, and you became my therapist. I was so angry and was like, now how am I going to deal with this? Then you did the meanest thing and took my homework from me. Little did I know it was the right thing that changed me into who I'm supposed to be. You made me get out of my comfort zone and face reality. You let me see that I have so much to offer internally. I'm so glad you made me realize my anger was a cover up. Now I appreciate seeing you walking down the hall with your coffee cup. You have a proud side of you that wanted me to reveal mine too. It's amazing what an intimidating therapist can do. My past is branded in my mind for everyday use. I can write myself a positive affirmation instead of turn to abuse. It's terrific how you looked inside of me, and I didn't think you could. Let me know that I can be more, and now I feel I should. My physical imperfections are a unique sign of my identity. I need to embrace my whole being, physically, emotionally, and sexually. You gave me confirmation to deal with things at my job that are wrong. You told me my voice matters and I deserve to voice my song. Even though I want to hide and I isolate at times, getting out and sharing information will help me get things off my mind. I had to write 50 things about my internal beauty. At first, it was hard, but now I see so much intellectually. Nobody has the perfect book or program to be the best mother. I'm learning as I raise them, and this will help us to get to know each other. You're a great therapist after all, and I'm glad you were the pick. You related to this terrified child and helped light another candlestick. Keep up the awesome work because us women need you here. We want what you have because you set your boundaries everywhere. Thank you for working with me and guiding me on my way out. That angry outer shell I carried, I no longer have to be about. I can let down my guard that I have been carrying for so long. You let me know that angry armor is heavy, and I'm already very strong. Another piece of my puzzle has been united with its whole. It's great to have worked with you, and for life I will carry you in my soul. So, I mean, I just want to say thank you to my therapist. Her name was Tiffany. That was the second therapist I had. She was really great, and she was intimidating. Like, not like that, not anymore. Like when I first like seen her, because like she walked with a purpose, and like that's how I learned. Like chin up, shoulders back. I don't care. You can't be down when you have that type of posture. And I learned that and I used to practice that. Now you can't even I don't care if you hammer these shoulders down, they're not going down. They'll be a little cracked up, but they're staying up. Okay? So I tell like everybody that I be like posture, you know what I'm saying? Confidence, like purpose. If you can't find it, create it. Do what you have to do because you came here for a reason. Like, I mean, right now, my purpose is candle making. That's my purpose. I don't know if it's going to be that in 5 years. I hope because I have a lot of dreams about this candle business. I have a lot of dreams and I have visions, and I know they're going to manifest as long as I keep working hard because I have the right attitude. And that's what you have to have, the right attitude and the right mindset. And everything will work out. If you need advice, you can always chat, comment me. I'm on Facebook, TikTok. I don't really post on Instagram too much, just sometimes or whatever. I'm not really sure how to work that one too well. But it is what it is, so what? It don't matter. Just go with the flow. But anyways, I'm grateful for you guys. I hope you guys have a safe week cuz today is Monday. Yeah. Today is Monday, what, the 17th of October. So I hope you guys have a great day, rest of your day or night, wherever you're watching from, and a safe week, okay? Keep your mental health up to par. Remember to take a break. Remember to love yourself. Don't freaking people please and give other people what they don't deserve because you deserve it all because you're the best, okay? And I love you, all right? Remember that. Amore the Poet, pound 24.